Welcome to this little test, review, unboxing, comparison video of the Ownboard Mini 6.0. First time on an electric skateboard. The cool thing about having a second electric longboard is that you can take some friends with you. Taking curves is very nice. Kids? Yeah, go. Let's go. And for someone that's already experienced with skateboarding or longboarding, it just takes a couple of minutes to 1 hour to get used to the electric Ownboards. The long deck of the W1 is more stable at higher speeds.
No problem for me.
But the Mini takes the win when it comes to curves. The Mini probably feels more comfortable for you if you come from skateboarding. The longboard deck, the W1, probably if you come from longboarding. This is just in, a thunderstorm is coming, heavy rain showers. Apparently the new generation of boards is very well weather sealed, it's waterproof. They even submerged it in water for 5 minutes. But still I don't want to risk anything with too much rain. Especially not with my first board, because it has the Sanyo Tesla battery that is not weather sealed yet. And that would be pretty bad if it would be damaged. So we had to find some other ways to distract Werner. And I went the very safe way with taking plastic bags for carrying the boards.
Still rainy. Protection.
So the first little tour was a super sweet 12 kilometers. And let's check what the two batteries say. So both boards are between 50 and 75% after 12 kilometers. The Sanyo battery, the Sanyo Tesla battery and also the new Samsung battery. 63% and down to 38.2 volts. And on the next day I had the honor to be joined by another friend for a little adventure. My subscriber Schmo. He also got used very easily to the electric skateboard. And our mission for today was to take it a little bit further and go a few more meters. That's the moment he decided to go for the second gear instead of the first gear. I always use the second gear because it has more torque. For me the best speed is around 25 to maximum 30 km per hour. But with the remote it's very easy to control the speed as you wish. And also I never had any connection issues. So it really feels like you have full control over the board. And also the uphill capabilities are really good for what I need here. If you live in a very hilly area, maybe the hub motors could be a little problem. But for now I did not find any hill that I could not manage to go up with the Ownboard. There are some off-road capabilities, but not too much. So let's talk a little bit about the deck. It's 30 inches long and unfortunately does not have too much concave. So as happy as I am with the electronics of the Ownboards, the one thing that could be improved are probably the deck, the trucks and maybe also the bushings. Easy pickup with the Mini. But on the other side, of course, you have to have a look on the price. And if you get a nice loaded board, you pay nearly the same amount of money for a board without any capabilities that you have to push manually like in the Middle Ages. So the price-value ratio is really good for the Ownboards. I cannot say anything else. And for these Chinese companies, it's very funny how fast they make iterations of their boards. Like it seems like every few months they come up with a new version and with some improvements here and some improvements there. So these things are evolving very nicely. Probably I don't have to tell you that you don't have any flex on the Mini. And the flex really helps a little bit for avoiding little cracks on the street and going over bumps. But on the other side you can do this. And this, maybe even better than I do. And suddenly you see another person on an electronic skateboard. Very nice. And I was getting ready for making a push test here without a remote control, just to see how far it will roll. And suddenly there was another person on an electronic skateboard coming. And he also tested the Ownboard, and we had a chance to have a look on an Evolve Bamboo, I think 2nd generation with one motor. So the Evolve turns a little bit better because the trucks are probably higher quality. But concerning the programming, I actually prefer the Ownboard because of the smoother acceleration and deceleration. You can see that the trucks of the Evolve are much wider. And after all the hard comparison work, we just had to get a little break with some ice cream. sticker is now much easier to remove, which I think is a good thing. And you can even go over some streetcar rails, which is not possible with most ordinary skateboards. And for us it was off to the next break, burger break. And at that time we could really see some difference on the battery levels, because the Sanyo battery was still at 3 out of 4 bars and the Ownboard was down to 2 bars, which meant 52%. Then shopping for an extremely overpriced cake, which is very typical for Vienna. Escaping from the police, because the street regulation is still not really clear for a lot of countries. Please adapt to new technologies and make them available.
Model S.
So we continue a little bit to see how far we can get with the new Samsung 6 amp hour battery. Being on an electric skateboard is still a very easy way to get looked at and get greeted by other people. And Vienna is really nice in summer. So I waited around 18 days for my original board to arrive, and for my second board it took 7 days, but somebody even commented on one of my other videos that he got his board in 2 days. So delivery times seem to be quite dependent where you are and on the time you order it. So in my original review of the W1 I talked a little bit more about the specs of the board, but here I just want to leave you with some impressions. After today's tour, the Sanyo version has 2 and the smaller Samsung battery has 1.5 lights. And the Ownboard Mini is now at 18%, which means 35 volts. So I think it held up pretty well against the Sanyo battery, which is really a little bit more expensive. Maybe the ceramic bearings help to have less resistance. And also we did not feel any voltage sag with any of the boards, so no limitations there. Okay, thank you very much for watching this little video, and subscribe if you want to see more, and have a nice day.